Item: SCP-723. Object Class: Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Due to the immovable nature of SCP-723, a containment area designated Site-288 is to be constructed surrounding the immediate area to prevent potential civilian casualties or exposing the site's properties. Containment consists of standard 3 meters, 10 ft approximately, chain link fencing with access restriction signage surrounding the site's exterior. A further restriction zone of 2 meters is to be constructed around the entrance to SCP-723, secured with magnetic locks. The site is to be secured by 3 guards in standard security company cover uniforms, without visible armament to avoid suspicion. Access restrictions are to be made based on the claim of the site's fragility and historical importance. Access to D-Class subjects for further experimentation is to be approved by Level 4 staff or higher. Under no circumstances is SCP-723 to be ascended by SCP Foundation staff, and personnel are requested to stay clear of the interior restriction zone to avoid becoming subject to SCP-723's effects. Description: SCP-723 is a spiral stone staircase, hewn from ordinary limestone, contained within a ruined church located in sparsely populated England. The stairs scale the interior of a ruined tower on the structure's eastern side. Each stair is approximately 0.75 meters, 2.5 ft, wide, ascending in a clockwise direction at a 42-degree incline. From the exterior, the site appears to be in a state of disrepair, including the tower which SCP-723 ascends. However, this damage is not visible from the interior of the tower, though the staircase is still visibly worn. SCP-723 also appears to extend further upwards than the exterior architecture suggests. The site was brought to the Foundation's attention in 20, after the unexplained disappearances of several local youths. When ascended, SCP-723 induces rapid aging in the case of living subjects, and decay in the case of non-living materials. This effect seems to initiate after the 4th or 5th step has been climbed, each subsequent step inducing further aging or decay respectively. Subjects ascending the stairs have not indicated any feelings of pain or discomfort, and seem untroubled by their rapid transformation, with the exclusion of Experiment 723-9. Once an ascent has begun, subjects have no inclination of returning to the base of SCP-723. Although it is yet to be determined conclusively whether this is a compulsion is caused by SCP-723's effects or a result of physical changes in the brain, the former is considered more probable. Stairs and church are characteristic of the pre-Romanesque architectural style. Historical research indicates that the building containing SCP-723 was indeed a functioning church dating from at least the 9th century, if not earlier. However, recent archaeological investigations suggest that Roman architecture existed on the site predating the construction of the church. The site has undergone several major repairs since its construction, but is believed to have fallen into disuse sometime during the 11th century. Although no specific records exist, local folklore suggests the building was abandoned during this time, coinciding with a series of suspicious deaths, and distrust of the church remains within the local population. This same folklore references a sacred stair, which is believed to be a reference to SCP-723. It is not known whether SCP-723 gained its properties at this time, or whether they existed prior to this event. Due to the spiral structure of SCP-723, direct observation of anything past a single story is impossible. Electronic equipment such as video and sound recorders or GPS locators have been shown to undergo a similar aging process to subjects, and transmitted signals typically fail after a single story has been scaled, making further observation problematic. This has been somewhat circumvented by the use of cables directly linking observers to the subject, allowing video contact to remain until the second story, and audio until the fourth. A series of experiments were conducted commencing 20 to determine the nature and extent of SCP-723.